Hi, this is Anaiis. Welcome to my channel, Patreon Sage, here on YouTube. If this is the first time you're watching, thank you very much for stopping by. I'm an intuitive card reader. I don't read traditional tarot. I primarily focus on sacred union, or what other people will call the twin flame journey. So I'm sharing information about current energies for the divine feminine, the divine masculine, the energies coming into the union, the energies moving through the union, and the dynamics in each partner and in the union as a functional relationship with Source. So today I will be doing an extended reading, and what we have here is this first row is the divine masculine as he is in current energy within the union and dealing with coming up with some more purges and emotional challenges, and especially where he is or may be in distortion with his sacred sensuality, sexuality. And in the second row we have the divine feminine and what she is working through within the union dynamic at this time. And then we have the energies that are supporting the union. So in this row we have much information. In this row we have a lot of information that is working to balance what is happening in this first row. And in the third row we're looking at the overall balance that's also including the energy from Source. So I'm going to go ahead and this additional information will be part of the extended reading, and this is where the divine masculine in particular is moving through and interacting with and transmuting these energies or purging these energies depending on what it is that his soul would like him to do. And here on this side we have the divine feminine and the challenges that she is facing as both divine masculine and divine feminine are being taken higher and deeper and having additional layers of what is not in alignment with their mission work. So if you guys are looking at getting your mission work started, that may be an interesting transition for you, and you may not be sure how to proceed, and you're looking for information that's going to help you move forward with that. And this can also be a time where you may be able to help your divine masculine a little bit if you're the feminine. The divine masculine may be able to help you a little bit if you're the divine feminine. The union energies will try to keep you guys in balance, but this is a time where we kind of have to stretch and deal with our own issues and the deeper dives that we're taking, even through patterns that we thought or felt we may have done a really good job of clearing. There's more work to do. Why? Because there's always room for more love. When I'm talking about the divine masculine, the divine feminine, these are energies, and I am not talking about gender. So we've come through the full moon, and the full moon moved a lot of emotional material. It moved a lot of emotional material, and we are stretching ourselves now to be able to understand and feel and have a little bit of rest time. And this is where we're getting to pull back our own veils and look behind our own curtains to see where we are out of balance or where we are projecting fear, and how we can stay steady within ourselves so that we don't project that energy into the union or onto our sacred union counterpart. Oh, it's intense. It's still very intense. And I've been doing this work consistently every day since 1989, and I'm so grateful because at least I have a sense of how things can unfold, and I have a sense of when I can dig my heels in. And I have done this. I know what it feels like when I'm digging my heels in, and I'm basically saying to the universe, no thanks, not now, not interested, move along. So if any of you are out there feeling that right now, you have my compassion, and I hope I have yours, because it's I have never had that work out for me. I don't know, maybe you have. If you have, please leave a comment. But when big change and big love is coming your way and moving through you, it's not really a place where you have any room to negotiate. And what I'm laughing at right now is that my ego really is just trying to negotiate, and it's not working. So with that being said, I don't focus on astrology. I'm really focusing on energetic dynamics, and that has to do with our subtle energy fields, our chakra systems, which are changing, and I prefer to translate current energy through that alignment rather than through astrology. Okay, so we're going to start with a divine masculine because that's the way the cards came out. All right, and you have to really trust that I meditate and shuffle before I turn the camera on. I do this to save time. I walk around my house shuffling, and as I'm asking questions, and cards fly out and I pick them up. And it's a very relaxed process for me. I don't want to have the additional pressure in my life. I have a lot of pressure in my life as it is. I don't want the additional pressure of doing the shuffling and flying cards and catching cards while I'm on camera. This is just too much for me. Virgo, 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 Virgo. Okay, so here we go. First card out for the divine, and I'm hoping you're going to be able to see these cards without the glare on them. It should be okay. We're at a pretty good light point in the afternoon. Now, I'm going to put these together because this is the dynamic that the divine masculine is in. So to go card by card to start out with probably is not our best approach. So here you are, divine masculine. You've come through the Lion's Gate and you're ready to move forward in union. You're really willing and committed to continuing to do your work, but you are confounded by the fact that your divine feminine is still healing, and you are still triggering her, and she is still triggering you. Yes, yes, yes. We are still having reaction flares. It's true. So this is the divine masculine having put out the effort to express his interest in his physical divine feminine. He's been vulnerable, he's been open, he's been available, and he has really been lusting and wanting to have the sacred union experience with his divine feminine counterpart. And she is not, many of us, not all of us, are not ready yet. We're still moving information out of our psyches, out of our emotional bodies, and the divine masculine approaching us in this very gentle and connected way isn't something we know what to do with, because many of the divine feminines in the patriarchal culture in which I live, which many of us live, we have, we're familiar with these guys. We're familiar with this oral apparent down for a minute. We're familiar with this gloom and this doom, insecure, needy, confused, who will show up with a sexuality that is only in receiving mode, and he's not able to initiate. This is not a leader. This is not going to be a leader in your union. This is going to be someone who's going to be looking to you for signals. Divine Feminine, this Divine Masculine is going to be looking to you for permission. He's going to be looking to you to tell him what to do. And that's not necessarily a good thing for anybody unless you're dealing with a child. Now, the other version of the distorted masculine that many divine feminines are very, very, very familiar with is this character, the Glenn Connor. This is certainly it's my card for both the combination of the narcissist and the used car salesman who is putting his best foot forward in terms of his ego mask presentation. And what we have going through the current energies right now is we have a divine masculine who is struggling not to be either one of these, but because he's trying to connect with the divine feminine and that isn't working either, he is dropping back into old patterns of emotional dependence and narcissistic sexual expression. So this poor guy, I feel it. I feel really sad. This beautiful stepping forward out of this mess is this gentle, loving, yet powerful being who's like, I don't know how to get out of this. I don't know how to get out of that without your help. I'd really, really like to get out. And so since you won't help me or you can't help me, I'm going to take this and go find somebody else to play with right now, because I need to feel more of me and my sovereignty. And if I can't go ahead and feel it with you, Divine Feminine, in its new form, because we don't really know what that is yet, yes, I'm going to revert to habit. And I'm going to go find a Divine Feminine playmate that I can just run a cycle on. And so that's where some of the Divine Masculines are right now in the union. It's not everyone, but the energies are up. So if you have been finding it challenging for you and your sacred union counterpart in the physical reality to get onto the same page, don't feel so bad and don't feel like you failed. And also look at how this energy of this transitional human male is not able to hold the tension of all of this. He doesn't know how to do that yet. He remembers how to do this, right? And I can testify as a Divine Feminine, I can move back and forth into these archetypes, because I'm just as confused in my union as this fella here, and I'm doing my best, but it's really a rough go. And it's been a really rough go coming into the full moon and now coming out of the full moon. So be compassionate, please, and give yourself the space that you need to not react, and move yourself into your own cycle of luminous doom, because your Divine Masculine is running a cycle on another feminine. And he may tell you about it, and he may tell you about it as a way to deny the intimacy that he feels you have been denying him. So he's going to run a number on another divine feminine, while this guy is going to try to run a number on you. And meanwhile, this being is aware, is aware. This is a very aware being. And it's feeling, this being, this divine masculine, is also feeling very empowered right now. Very hot. Very, I got it. In an I got it kind of energy. And it is distressing beyond belief, divine feminine, that you, because you're in your own, still in your own cycle of healing, are not able to meet him in a way that all of this recedes to the background, and then we have this energy coming at you with the heart open. He's trying, so he may go off on a mini break and let you know that he's done that, because he's got to let you know that you're triggering him, and that then you can go and choose whether you're going to do that work to become more open, transparent, and available to him when he shows up like this, and then brings that as the icing on the cake, as it were. Oh yeah. Ouch. Okay. Now, I don't know how long that cycle's going to run, but those are the current energies right now. Now, the next out for the divine feminine, she is struggling with her own issues here. She is also looking at being able to hold some pretty powerful energies right now, which are absolutely sandblasting her psyche and her emotional body and her mental body. So she is holding this energy of Iris of the Rainbow, which is creativity and abundance, and just really kind of a hot blue energy that's very sensual and sexual. But she's also holding the energy of this new human maiden being, which is neither him or her. This is the new human. And she's got in between this, which she's been struggling for the last 40 years in this sacred, the Lionsgate cycle. She's been struggling to give birth to this new human, new world, new co-creation along with Gaia. And now this baby has been born, and she's trying to hold the balance with the divine masculine, who's looking for some action, and she's not ready. She has not healed from this process yet. And here you can see his heart. This is so sweet, really. I love these oracle cards. This is these two guys are trying to figure out how to connect with both of these energies, and with this coming across in really straightforward, dynamic communication. And they can feel when these energies come up. I mean, this is basically the energy of codependence and insecurity and abandonment issues, maybe. And this is, I'm okay. I'm good. I'm successful. I'm shiny. I'm shiny. Okay, so this is rough. This is rough. Oh my goodness gracious. Okay, so divine masculines, if you're cross-watching, know that we love you. Know that we understand that this is a time of frustration for you, and we're not neglecting you. We are not neglecting, rejecting divine feminines, or not neglecting or rejecting, but we are protecting ourselves. And we got to work that out and really stop making those choices, but we're not sure quite yet how to do that. So this is the energy of the divine feminine doing her work to stay connected within herself, to stay in balance with all of her energies and allow her creative impulses to flow, and also to continue to feel herself in balance within herself as a full, whole, sovereign woman who is working really hard to open up into balancing with this masculine energy without fear of subjugation or domination or control. That's a very, very delicate dance. So divine feminines, those of you who resonate with this, you know what I'm talking about. You're feeling it. You're feeling this new, fresh, beautiful centering in yourself. You're feeling this wonderful capacity to express in your own, within your own skin, being comfortable in your skin, and you're feeling a deep love for the divine masculine, but you may not be ready to engage in sacred sexuality with your divine masculine because you still have some healing work to do. So I know many married couples who have had to work this out. I was once part of a married couple with children needing to get up in the middle of the night to attend to children, and my poor partner feeling so neglected and disconnected and frustrated and like, okay, keep this up, and you know, I'm not going to come home one night or you're going to be annoyed with me because I needed to do something different, right? So these things are still unfolding and unwinding, and we're changing and we're transforming these energies, and that's the good news. And that's what's happening here on this bottom row with what is supporting the union and the challenges that both the divine masculine and the divine feminine are going through. And we have the RAR card, which is pure, dynamic, kinetic energy. It's nuclear power that the sacred union partner generates. And here we have, on this side, we have the singer of initiation, which is supporting this next phase of this expansion and the contractions that we're going in simultaneously, and some additional purging that we're doing. But in the center we have Solus, which is the ultimate in the clear, pure, transformed, dynamic, passionate, powerful, fully engaged divine masculine. And we have Anaiis, the alchemist, and she's working with the singer of initiation and with the Rar to open up the space within the union for the divine feminine, you divine feminine, to come in and connect with your divine masculine in a way that now is going to move into the level of getting to know each other in your bodies and opening up into additional vulnerability that may be challenging. And you're going to want to be able to feel your feelings and then express them clearly to your divine masculine. And many of us who have lived as our own inner masculine and inner feminine for a lot of years, we're used to leading, and we know how to lead, and we know how to be assertive, and we know how to ask for what we want. Our challenge is in being vulnerable. So this is what is supporting the union, and I would say we are working it out, but it is clumsy, it is messy, it is not straightforward, and it's not logical. So for the divine masculine who is shiny and who has been able to operate on power and logic and science and technology and sort of feel like, you know, it's my world and I'm in control, he's bumping up next to this new guy, and he's like in the middle, and he's like, I'm sorry, I don't see how this is working for me. So I'm going to go do something different. I'm going to take this body and I'm going to go do something different with it, and I'll see you later. And you know what? I don't feel all that connected to my divine feminine right now, and don't talk to me about it. So that's where we're at for the general reading. Well, what we have coming out, guidance for the divine feminine, is really listen to your inner voice, because that's going to be the energy that allows you to open up and really take a fresh look at the parts of you that are moving into vulnerability with your divine masculine. Super challenging. As much as you would like to, you're finding it super challenging to actually do it. And here for the divine masculine, we have authentic truth. And he's absolutely figuring this out. This and this and this beautiful, powerful sexuality. He's figuring this out, and he's got to do this in a way that keeps him in a sense of authentic truth, moment to moment. So it may not look so good to you, divine feminine, but it's a process that he's needing to work through. And then from source, we have nourish. And I think that this card is source saying, and Gaia saying, yep, this is tricky. This is tricky stuff, and you've never done it before. Don't be too hard on yourselves. And just, work it and do what you can, and you'll get through it. And you be sure to listen to your inner voice and ask for guidance, and oh my goodness, please ask for compassion and forgiveness, and stay connected in your heart and send those resonances to your sacred union partner. Just stay in your heart, and just, if you don't have time to do it during the day, lay in bed at night and allow yourself to get quiet and feel into your heart chakra center, and allow that energy to flow through your entire body. And then just intend that you are sharing that energy with your divine masculine inwardly, that you're sharing it with him and sending him that information from inside of you, from your subtle bodies, and from deep inside the core of you, the core essence of you that is also resides in your physical body. So that's what we have for the general reading today, and I am going to do an extended, but if this is where you're going to go take a nap and work on resting and being compassionate and forgiving, but also doing perhaps some journaling and a meditation and a visualization that generates the feeling of not only spiritual expansion, but opening your heart to that place that's so tender and so vulnerable, and that you, without even realizing you're doing it, or maybe you are conscious that you're doing it, what you are saying to your divine masculine, instead of saying, please wait, I'm just not ready. And if you can't wait, it's okay, but please wait, because I'm still healing. And this beautiful energy that you bring to me, that I so love interacting with, is bringing on more healing and clearing for me. And I have to learn how to trust you. And I hope that your learning to trust me will bring you to a place of not waiting, but living your life patiently, as far as I'm concerned, knowing that I want to be on the same page with you as much as you want to be on the same page with me. And if we can trust that this is our intention for each other, and we can allow this to flourish in our hearts and to nourish our connection with that, then we'll meet again. We'll meet up again. And at that point, you may not be ready, and I may need to go forward and live in my wholeness and sovereignty while you're attending to some additional healing that needs to happen for you. And we really need to be able to give and take and give and receive with each other in this way. So the process is that maybe this is what's going to happen. Maybe this is how it's going to go. And maybe this is how it's going to go. So that the feminine energy, in supporting the authentic truth of the divine masculine coming out of distortion, lovingly, 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 lovingly works with him, so that this and this energy and this energy and this energy can meet up and bring this energy into the co-creation that their union is really all about. And it's really so dependent on sensitivity and giving and receiving, and my God, the patience has got to be there. The patience has got to be there. And if you're dealing with a wounded masculine who maybe has felt rejected by the feminine in a lot of ways that he may not be conscious of, patience in terms of connecting with the divine feminine on the physical level and a deep, deep, meaningful intimacy, that's a vulnerability that he's finding difficult to sustain right now. So take good care of yourself, take good care of one another in heart and mind and spirit. And I'll see you next time. And thank you for stopping by.